Hey guys, so another decluttering today. This is my single shadow collection. So I have these ones, these ones, these ones and these ones. And I don't know how far you can see back there, but those two drawers that are on my bed, they have palettes in them, so I really don't need this many single shadows. So this is my overview of single shadows. Oh, far too many. Far too many. Okay, so I've just fiddled about with the stand. I'm hoping this is giving you a bit of a better view. So these are my new ones. I know two that I'm definitely not getting rid of. This is the Body Shop Colour Crush in Very Cheeky. It's just a nice pink. I'm not getting rid of that one because I haven't played around with it enough. Then I have this Maybelline Duo. I'm not really sure what the colour is, if I'm quite honest, because I got it off the market and the packaging is all in Chinese or Japanese, but it's one of the Hyper Cosmos shadows, although it does have BK035W and BU-1 printed on it, so if any of that helps. But this is what it looks like. It's a nice blue and then a marbled colour. I don't know if the marbling will show up that well. I have to say that I love the marbled side, the shimmer on that. So this is another one I'm not getting rid of because I do want to play around with that. That's what the colour looks like. It's a bit sheer, but it's a baked shadow, so if you wet it then that should be fine. And then I've got three shadows that are basically the same. I got these because, well, these two anyway are dubbed a dupe for MAC Satin Taupe, and then this looked awfully similar, so I thought I'd buy that and see. So this is Max Factor Burnt Bark. It's one of the wild shadow pots. And I love this one. This is a great everyday colour because it's not too shimmery and it's just a really nice taupe. So that's that shade. Then this is the Maybelline Eye Studio in Iced Fudge. This is just a little bit warmer than the Wild Shadow pot. And then this is MUA Bronze, and this is just a bit more, I'd say this is a bit more pigmented, or at least a bit more shimmery than the others, but I only want to keep one of these, I think, or two. I'm definitely keeping the Max Factor one because I've used this a bunch of times and I love it. I'm not sure. I'm going to put these to the side and decide in a little while. Then again, I have two copper colours. This is Maybelline Eye Studio in Blazing Brown. And then this is MUA Copper. I think I'll keep the MUA one just because it's got a bit more shine to it. So this Maybelline one will go back here. This is Rimmel Colour Rush in 010 Envy. I'm going to get rid of this. It's fairly old, and the only reason why I got this was because it had a purple crown in the middle, and I like the colours of purple and green, so it seemed like a great idea. But then it just ended up being overspray, and it's a bit patchy, not that pigmented either, so I'm going to get rid of that. This is NYC Luxury Reborn. It's just a brown. It's got a bit of a sheen to it. But I'm trying to look at these and think of some that I've used in the last year or year and a half, and if I've not used them then they're going, and I'm just not bothered about this, to be honest. This is NYC Fifth Avenue. Again, it's a bit patchy. It's not that pigmented, it's that limeish colour there, if it's even showing up. And I've got the Urban Decay Electric and the Makeup Revolution Colour Chaos, and they've both got a lime in it. This is a matte lime, so it is a bit different, it's not got the shimmer. So I'm going to get rid of NYC. Then, actually, I'm going to compare this e.l.f. single shadow to... This is that, I can't remember what it was exactly called, but you basically could get to the pans and put them in this palette. So this is Aubergine. It's very powdery and it sort of blends away. And then this is e.l.f. Amethyst. And again, it's not that pigmented, it blends away into nothing. So I'm going to get rid of both of these because I do have a dupe of that colour in one of my Sleek palettes, which is a lot better quality. So one I'm going to get rid of, well, pass on to my mum because it's unopened, is the MUA Single Shadow in shade 12, because I did buy a backup of it because I have this one which is open and light, and this is the MAC Blue Brown pigment dupe. And if you've watched my pigment video, then I think I've got enough of those dupes. Then I've also got a dupe in a palette, so I really don't need this backup. This is a shadow from Maybelline. It's the Sparkling Gold. I'm putting this in my little pot to see if I use it, because from what I remember when I tried to apply it last time, it was a bit chunky. But it is a nice colour when you swatch it, so I'm going to give it a go, but put it in that little pot to see whether I'm going to use it again and get my use. This is MUA shade 5 Pearl. It swatches exactly like this. It's a lovely lime colour. I'm keeping it. This is MUA shade 13. It's a dark purple. I've got a dupe of this in my Makeup Revolution Give Them Nightmares palette, so I'm going to get rid of that. This is MUA Electric Purple. It's like a it's a purple with a blue shift to it. I don't know how well it'll pick up on camera though, but it's a really gorgeous colour, so I'm going to keep that. Then this is MUA shade 4. It's a lovely lilac colour. Keeping that. This is where it gets harder, because I've got quite a few things in here which I know I'm not getting rid of because they're fairly new and I love them. So this is Stila Jade. Love this colour. It's like a golden green colour. It's really pigmented. It's just gorgeous. This is Stila Kitten. It's a little mini travel size sort of one. Not getting rid of that. This is my Too Faced Exotic Shadow in Midnight Mist. It looks blue in some lights, but then when you turn it, it goes into a purple colour. Not getting rid of that. Ooh, not doing very well. This is MAC Beauty Marked. My camera never gives this justice, but it's like a burgundy black base with lighter burgundy shimmers going through it. It is gorgeous and a great alternative to plain black if you want one. Then this is actually a drugstore dupe of it. This is the L'Oreal Infallible in Burning Black, and this, I would get rid of this just because it is the dupe of the MAC and it'd be easy to just keep the MAC, but this is a bit different. That MAC one, you have to have a sticky base to bring out the shimmer, otherwise it does look like a fairly muted burgundy black sort of shade, but this has a lot more of the shimmer coming through it. It's a lot easier to apply if you just want something quick, so that's why I'm keeping it, because it's that little bit different. Then this is a new one that I wore last week. This is the Body Shop eyeshadow in Jade, and these are gorgeous when wet. I use this all over my lid and then this in the outer corner. It was one of my favourite looks that I've done to date, although because it's baked it doesn't swatch that well dry, but trust me, it's gorgeous. Then this is a eyeshadow duo from the Smashbox Full Exposure. It's S3 and M3, the shadow names. I love this camel colour for the crease and then this shimmery gold I haven't used yet, but I'd keep it just for this camel colour, really would. Then this is an old favourite. This is Fashionista Brave shade 29. You can't really get Fashionista anymore unless it's like off eBay or Fragrance Direct, I think would be the other place, but I have a thing about reddish colours, so I've got to keep it. This is Manhattan Burning Heart. I got this from Poundland. It's a lovely cranberry red. As I've said, I have a thing about these sort of shades, so I'm keeping it, no question. Another one I got from Poundland is the Manhattan Duo eyeshadow in Marionette. Looks so gorgeous. And I haven't used this in a while, but I really want to pull it out again this year. Then this is Makeup Revolution Eden. I probably have a dupe of this in the Give Them Nightmares palette, but I do want to use this with the Makeup Revolution Aqua Seal and create a greeny blue liner out of it, because it's like a dark green with a lighter green / turquoise shift in it. It's really gorgeous. And then last one is the Natural Collection Moonshine Shadow. I don't have that many silvers, and this is a different shade to the silvers that I do have, but it doesn't swatch that well. You have to pack it on. The quality isn't that great, but I'm going to put it with a Maybelline shadow to put in my little pot and see if I use it. If I don't in a few months, then I'm going to get rid. Okay, so back to the two bronze colours. I honestly can't decide, and I don't know why. It's such a bland shade. Okay, I think I'm going to get rid of the MUA one, keep the Maybelline one. I'm getting rid of 8 or 9 if you count the little purple from the e.l.f. palette thing. And then I've got these two to go in the little tub to try out, and then these ones I'm keeping. I honestly don't need this many. I don't want to keep this many either. I'm going to put the ones that I'm definitely keeping that I know in one of the drawers. Okay, so I've got a couple of palettes out here, and then I've also got my other e.l.f. single. The other e.l.f. single is in Sage. It's really powdery, and honestly, blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. You're left with no colour really. So I'm going to get rid of that just like I did the other one. Then as far as my million taupey shades, so I have this Maybelline one that's in Iced Fudge. But then there's the Neutrals versus Neutrals palette, the shade Buff, and then there's also the Salted Caramel palette and the shade Salted. They are 3 of the same shade there, so I'm going to get rid of Iced Fudge. So this has got me down to this size of ones that I don't know, but I keep looking at my Lime MUA one and I can't get rid of it. I love it too much. And I'm just looking at this Makeup Revolution Eden shadow. I do believe I have this shade in my Give Them Nightmares palette. The shade Wicked, right there. Can you see? It's basically the same thing. So I've now got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the 2 from the little palette. So I'll add those 2 onto the final count, and I had 32 shadows. I've got rid of 12. I don't think that's bad, because I'm still... These 2 are going to go in that little tub. If I don't use them, I'll get rid. And then I quite like the look of these. So this is my little tub of things that I want to use or try again. I can already tell you a couple of things that are going straight out of there, but I want to film a video using some of them. I'm going to actually compare this copper to my... So this is the Maybelline Colour Tattoo pigment in Breaking Bronze. They're basically the same thing, aren't they? I mean, obviously the texture is a bit different because this is the pigment and then this is the eyeshadow, but the colours are the same, so I'm going to get rid of that one now actually. I think I can move things around now. I'll get them all in 2 drawers. So that is now 13 shadows. And my aim was for 15. As of right now, I have these 2 drawers. I've got rid of these. I mean, all the space that these took up. It's a bit sickening to see how many I could get rid of. This was hard to do, but I already feel better because it just gave me anxiety to see the three drawers. Some were double stacked of things that I just don't use, and now I've got drawers of things that I think I will probably use more. Okay, so my battery just died, so I'm going to wrap this up really quickly. So this is what I'm keeping, and this is what I'm getting rid of, and I'm really quite happy with that. I think it looks a lot nicer, and it is basically half of what I had, and that was my aim, to get rid of about half. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Look forward to the last video of this, which will be the palettes, and then I'm wondering about going through a second run at some point, but I'll just have to wait and see how I'm feeling after I've done all this. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!
Bye! That is so awkward. Bye! Bye! Oh, that's like you can't see me. Oh, God. No. Bye!